Word in 5.
I remember today a rather old man that I met when I first gave my heart to Jesus. He had something he says and he repeats often. Whenever there's a problem and it's presented to him, and we tell him, what shall we do? He'll say, let us pray. But then he ends by saying, let us pray, because the spiritual controls the physical. He said it so much it became boring. I didn't understand what he was saying. If we say, where shall we get money to do this and this in the fellowship? We say, let's worry about the money. The money is physical. Let us pray, because the spiritual controls the physical. Oh, he didn't know we call him that, and I wonder if he's listening to this. Maybe today we'll learn that we used to call him spiritual controls the physical. We thought it was a funny thing. We thought it was something he just said. But as I grew in the Lord, I realized really that the spiritual controlled the physical. I started asking myself questions like, where was light when God said, let there be light? And there was light. God spoke in the spiritual, and light appeared in the physical. Everything God spoke, he spoke spiritually, and in the physical they appear. Which means that elderly gentleman was very correct. The spiritual controlled the physical. Please, if you open with me to Isaiah chapter 24 verse 21, you will notice that the Bible spoke about God fighting some armies of the old nations of them. He said, the Lord, it will come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Two sets of people, the host of the high ones on high, and the kings on the earth upon the earth. I didn't know, I still don't know what the high ones did, but I know what the kings of the earth did. The kings of the earth, because of the idolatry, were being punished by God. Why God didn't go straight to them to punish them, I do not know. God went first to the high ones. He punished the high ones, and then he punished the one beneath. I'm beginning to suspect that the high ones punished were the spiritual forces that supported the ones on earth that made them do what they were doing. God worked by this principle of the spiritual fighting the high ones, controlling the physical, destroying the earthly ones. And if it's a principle that God uses, then it's a good principle for us. Or somewhere in the Bible when David was fighting against the Philistines, he fought the first battle with them. And the second battle, he went to the Lord. He said, Lord, shall I attack the Philistines? And God said to him, go under the balsam trees. When you hear the sound of marching on top of the balsam trees, know that I have gone ahead of you to defeat your enemy. So he waited under the balsam trees until God passed upstairs. When he heard the sound of marching, he attacked the Philistines and he conquered them. Which means some people march on top of the trees, the spiritual. When the spiritual prevail, then the physical will prevail. Friends, I think it's something we should understand. Physical things exist because of the spiritual things. A man who is chasing his victory in the physical without looking for it in the spiritual is wasting time. For the spiritual controls the physical. I want to say to you, before you venture, pray first. Look for prevalence in the spirit. Get mandates from God. Get authority spiritually. Exercises on that, and you will discover with all of the saints who have traveled this pathway before that indeed it is true what the old man said. The spiritual controls the physical.